What's up, everybody? It's the Mad Hatter, logging back in, reporting live from La Ciudad del Mar, and I'm here to talk about some more Olympic shit. And after this, I'm gonna talk about some more Olympic shit. So let's get started. We got the 100 meters women's. You got Shauna Miller of the Bahamas, 22 years of age, and you got Allison Phoenix of the United States, Georgia, 30. So they came down to the wire in this race. Shauna Miller had a disadvantage. She was, I believe, in the seventh lane, what they call running blind. She ended up beating Allison Felix, who was probably a favorite. So she ended up beating her 49.44 to 49.51. Okay. So the way that she beat Felix, the way that Miller beat Phoenix, Miller's of the Bahamas, Felix is of the U.S. The way Miller won was by diving. I mean, if you watch this match again, I love watching the Olympics, man, because it's like you got people giving it their all. You know, people who've been training their whole life for one moment. It's like that Eminem shit. You only got one shot. Mom's spaghetti. Knees weak, arms are heavy. um, but you know, it came down to the wire, and Shauna Miller dove and she beat Allison Felix. But there's a lot of controversy. A lot of people on social media, a lot of people, everywhere talking about, Shauna Miller shouldn't have dove to win the match. I was watching the match. You know, I'm from the U.S. Initially, my reaction was the same. It was like, damn, like how can that be fair if you dive and somebody else is using their torso to get across the line? But let's keep in mind that diving is legal in track. And I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna talk about why it's legal to really do that. So first, based on this Sports Illustrated article, I'm going to link to this article because it's a very well written, very well researched articles where I'm getting most of my information from. My commentary being my own, but Roger Jennings, he was a judge of the Olympic trials. And he said that, watching the race, he called it, quote, a good read, end quote. He also said, quote, not that close, end quote. Um, Michael Johnson, who is a gold medalist, he was one of the best, short distance kind of sprinters in the 90s or 2000s. I can't remember exactly, but he was, recently he was like the last greatest gold medalist in the sprinting for the U.S. His coach said, you always keep your feet on the ground. Four-time gold medalist, Aton Bolden, he said diving, quote, it kills your momentum. And lastly, I want to make a quick point of United States' David Neville. He beat Bahamian at the time, Chris Brown, by doing the same thing in 2008. So I think the reason why coaches are calling this fair, and not only that, like I think former sprinters are also saying it's fair, is because if you really think about the physics of it, it doesn't seem like it. It seems like you're cheating, right? Like when you dive, like you're thinking that you're diving, you're able to use your body and your arms versus somebody else who's using their legs and their torso to cross the line. But if you really think about it, the momentum of using your torso is actually a better strategy than diving. A lot of professionals don't dive. It's like a last resort, and it's not something you should do. I think that Shauna Miller dove because that was all that she had. Like, I mean, I don't know exactly why she did that, but it worked. But it doesn't usually work, especially because if you think about what a dive is, you have to plant your feet and you have to jump forward, as opposed to using your momentum and driving through the finish line. Also, going back to what Roger Jennings, he was a judge of the Olympic trials. Going back to what he was saying, there's a big difference between Shauna Miller and Allison Felix. It's almost like 700ths of a second. So that's a big difference. So even if Shauna Miller didn't dive, she probably still would have won the race. It would have been one thing if Shauna Miller dove and it was close, but it wasn't really close. So that is one thing that Americans can chill on. But I will say, I think diving is stupid altogether. Like, I think that if you dive, you should be disqualified, whether you're American, whether you're from the Bahamas. I think it's kind of weak. But in this case, I want to give Shauna Miller a congratulations. She ran hard. Allison Felix, she also ran hard. She got the silver. It's not like she didn't get any medals. She played a great game. But yeah, that's my thought on this Olympics event. Let me know what you guys think, and see you guys next time.